Even during a pandemic, it just wouldn't be fall without a trip to the pumpkin patch. But for families, it's really hard to keep track of which activities are safe and which ones aren't.
Yeah, so we sent 13 Action News anchor Ross DeMatte to a local pumpkin patch to see how safe they really are.
You don't have to drive far off the Las Vegas Strip for a fall family experience. And pumpkin patch organizers tell me there's nothing to be scared about when it comes to pandemic safety.
Fall, by far the busiest time of the year at Gilcrease Orchard. And this year, the lines are longer than ever.
It's been very busy, busier than normal.
Between the fresh produce and pumpkins, there's plenty to pick.
Because we are outside, we have 60 acres, and so you can spread out pretty far. The pumpkin patch, as you can see, is really big.
And that's just it. Director Mark Rubin says for these families, this year it's as much about getting out of the house as it is about enjoying some socially distanced donuts and apple cider.
I think a lot of people are looking for a reason to get out and into nature, and so this is the spot to come.
Right now, they're selling all of those delicious donuts to go. And just about the only time guests are allowed to take off their masks is when they're eating them. Those are just a couple of the changes you'll notice at Gilcrease this year because of COVID-19.
We usually have wagon rides in the fall, but we don't this year because you have to sit so close together. We don't do that. So we don't have the kids running back and forth in the straw maze either. And we didn't do our school field trips.
Similar rules are in place at other pumpkin patches throughout the valley. But that doesn't always mean they're being enforced.
If you don't have people social distancing, if you don't have people wearing a mask, it does complicate the issue a bit.
Dr. Christina Madison recently took her 2 young kids to a local pumpkin patch, and what she saw didn't sit well with her.
There wasn't anybody really regulating the space, the amount of people, as well as the routine mask wearing. So that was a little bit of a concern.
Dr. Madison says you're far more likely to catch COVID-19 from another person as opposed to a pumpkin at a pumpkin patch. But if we want to get back to some sense of normalcy soon, she says it's on all of us to follow the rules and stop the spread.
When we all take our personal responsibility for decreasing the risk of transmission, we can all go out and have a good time with our families. And that's really what people just want to do.
Now, these pumpkin patches are seasonal, so they're only temporary. We're going to post much more information about hours and what days they're open on our website at ktnv.com/rebound. Reporting at Gilcrease Orchard, Ross DeMatte, 13 Action News.